Hey everybody, I'm Chris, and this is my channel Chesapeake Chris. Thanks for stopping by. During the COVID pandemic, here in Maryland, everything was closed and locked down. The only thing that was open, it seemed like, was the drugstores, the supermarkets, and the beer joints, as long as you were taking it to go. But they wouldn't even let you out on the water fishing for the longest time. So I spent a lot of time at the house surfing YouTube and starting some new hobbies. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the things I did, some of the hobbies I picked up to keep me from going totally insane during the COVID lockdown.
The jury is still out on whether he went crazy or not. He was already halfway there before the shutdown.
Hopefully you'll enjoy this video, so please stick around. One of the first things I did is build a workbench. My garage is kind of cluttered, got a lot of stuff in it, so I didn't want a real big one. This one's only 4 foot long by 2 foot wide, but it's built pretty sturdy and it serves my purposes for what I need. Worked out pretty good. I made a couple of these outdoor benches. They're really neat. To make them, you only need 4 pressure treated 2x8 by 8 foot boards and then some really good deck screws. I'll try to put a link in the description of the video where I got the plans to make these. But I made a couple of these and they came out really good. I also made some bluebird boxes. They came out pretty good too. And the front door is actually hinged with little latches there, so you can actually open it up and clean it out at the end of the year. I discovered the peg sticking out the front really isn't a good idea for bluebird boxes though, so it's best if that's cut off. Once again, link in the description of where I learned how to make these. So one of the things I made during all the shutdown is I made a couple clocks. I made this one. I really like this one. This one, you just start with, like, you can either cut a piece of round wood or you can buy these on Amazon or at an arts and crafts store. And then I attached a cutout round target to it. I drilled a hole in the middle and put the clock face in it. I sprayed it with poly, and then you drill holes in it and you cut some cases off, cartridge cases, and you put them in where the numbers are. Now I wanted to have like silver at the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock positions and brass the other ones, but I didn't have 4 nickel casings. So I just used bigger rifle cartridges for the 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then smaller cartridge cases for the other numbers. But yeah, it came out pretty good. It yellowed a little bit because of the poly. Some people say that's okay. It makes it look old and weathered. But that's a pretty cool clock. And I made this clock. I cut that piece of wood out myself and sanded it and then just painted blue. Once again, drill a hole in the middle, put a clockwork through it, and then I just hot glued bottle caps on for the numbers. Of course, Guinness being the 12 o'clock position. I thought that came out pretty good too. Real easy to make. Then I made another one out of an old LP. Get a clockwork off Amazon, stick it through the hole, and then on that one I just put some stickers on it for some of the numbers, and then I just hot glued some different colored guitar picks on it for the 12, 3, 6, and 9. So that's kind of a neat one too. I don't know, I had to do something to keep from going crazy. This is probably the neatest clock I made. It can hang on the wall or sit on that rack. Made it for a friend of mine. I made the rack and everything. And it's hard to tell from the picture, but it actually has a thin piece of plastic over top of it. And I glued the guitar picks to that. So the album is actually still playable. If you wanted to, you literally could take the clock off of it and take it off the plastic It's not attached to the plastic in any way other than just the nut that holds the clockwork in. But that came out really nice. I have a couple of CO2 BB pistols, and I wanted to be able to shoot them like in my driveway or in my garage or whatever. So I found a video of the basics for this build, but then I modified it a little bit. But you can make a bullet trap for your BB pistol. And what you do is you just start out with a great big tote. Get yourself a big Rubbermaid tote. And then cut a hole in it, in the lid. Then you drill 2 holes in it. One that side, put a dowel rod through it and attach an old towel or some old t-shirts or something so that they hang down. And then I even put a piece of carpet. Actually, that's a piece of, I think I got a thin piece of wood and then a piece of carpet on top of it. And then you cut yourself a piece of cardboard. You mount one of those binder clips, a little nut and bolt. And then I put a little zip tie on this end so that the lid doesn't come all the way off. But then you just sit this thing up like that. And now inside there, that t-shirt's hanging down from that dowel rod, and then behind it is a thin piece of wood with some carpet on it. And I'll show you how this thing works. My one BB pistol has a red dot laser sight mounted on it, so we'll try that one. We'll see how this works out. I think it's sighted in good enough to hit the target, at this range at least. Not bad. So there's what I did. And then, like I say, you can even get your BBs back out of this thing, how I made it. Just pop the lid, and I can actually get down in there and get my BBs back if I want them. But it works good. So that was a lot of fun making that. And now I can practice with my pellet pistols in my driveway and in my garage. I made this also. There's a gazillion videos on YouTube with all different variations of making this. But it's basically a real narrow box, and you can put mag locks on them, electric locks. I don't have any locks on mine. Mine just hangs in my garage. But it just looks like the American flag. And then when you open it up, got a couple chains there, keep the door from dropping farther. Put a couple magnetic like door latches on it. And I just got mine out in my garage, and I basically just keep like spray painting it. But they're pretty, they're pretty easy to make too. Get yourself a couple hinges and cut some wood and get some spray paint, and it came out pretty good too. I like it. So that video showed you some of the things that I got into to keep myself busy so I didn't go crazy. I may make another video because I even got involved in a lot more stuff. One of the things I really got into was paracord. Maybe I'll show you some of the paracord stuff that I made. But anyways, you all know the drill. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Share it. Hit the subscribe button, please. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time I put a video out. And I'll see you on the next video.